Hello everybody, this is Jonathan and I will be doing a series of TempleOS from being able to install it to being able to use some utilities, for example to use a calculator software, to be able to edit text files, to be able to do some programming and so on and so on and so on. The programming language it uses is Holy C. And that programming language is based off the C programming language. And Terry Davis has basically developed it. Now you guys may be asking, what is TempleOS? TempleOS is meant to be like a Christian-based operating system, which means some stuff of it is like from the Bible. So for example, some of the text that we'll see, it came from the Bible. So it's meant to be like a Christian-based operating system. Over there we will see a video of Terry Davis, which says Terry Davis Rise to Throne, and you guys can watch it.
Well, I'm King Terry, and
So yeah, he's a great guy. He created this entire operating system all by himself. He did have mental issues, but I'm not going to go through that. If you guys are interested in his mental illness and all that, then you guys can research it up for yourself. I'm not going to go through it in this video because I just feel like it has, I don't know, I just don't really want to get involved in that. So Terry Davis was born in 1969 and he died in 2018. He did pass away sadly, and this operating system was not updated since then, so it is quite outdated. Although that means that there won't be a new update, so anything that we'll see in this video will probably be the same for the rest of its lifetime. But there's this website. All we need to do is click on this button over there and it should start downloading it. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys basically how to install TempleOS inside of a photo box. You guys can also install it onto your hardware, but I don't recommend it because you could run into issues and there's no networking support. But you guys can do so if you have a very old laptop, if you have a very old desktop PC. You guys are more than welcome to install TempleOS to it and to play around to see how well it runs on your hardware, and it probably gives you better performance as well. So in this video I will focus on the installation of TempleOS, but I will also show you guys how to run applications as well, which has .h&z file extension to it, which is basically how you guys will be able to start running the actual application or any game that we basically want to run. So yeah, what we need to do now to actually start installing it is that we're going to have to create a new photo box machine. So just click onto the new button over there. You guys can give it any name you want, from being Google OS to being Frogs or to being Pink Ponies. You guys can just call it whatever you want to call it, or just call it TempleOS. As I already have TempleOS, as you guys can see over there for my testing, I'll just name this one as being 67. Just a random name really. Now go over there to the ISO image, click onto Other. Now select the ISO file, and now go to the version and now click onto Other unknown version, which is 64-bit. Make sure I have 64-bit selected. Click onto Next. You guys can give it as much memory as you truly want, so I just give it this much memory. But you guys can also change the processors. So I'm going to give it around this much processors. And you guys can also enable for EFI, but do not enable it for TempleOS. But you guys should be able to enable it for some operating systems, but for TempleOS we don't need it enabled. If we do enable it, you're going to run into issues, so just make sure this is disabled. And if you accidentally do enable it, just go into settings and just disable it from there. It's very easy to disable it. Just click on Next. Give it as much disk size as you truly want, or you guys can use an existing hard disk file if you wanted to. I will give it around 16 gigabytes. I think 16 gigabytes is not that bad for TempleOS. Click on to Next. Click on to Finish. Now make sure that we have the ISO image selected by going down to Settings. Go into the storage, and now as you guys can see we should have the ISO image within the virtual machine. click onto OK, click onto the start button, and now it should start booting up to the virtual machine, as you guys can see. Okay, so now I ask you to install onto a hard drive. You guys can press Y to say yes or no to basically take you to a live version of TempleOS. I recommend you guys to press on to no just to play around with it if it's on this real hardware, but press on to Y just to actually install it onto a virtual machine. So if I click onto Y, it should just start installing. I will be installing it on VMware, QEMU, VirtualBox, or a similar virtual machine. I'm running this inside a VirtualBox, so my answer is yes. It's normal for this to freeze for a moment or two. Press a key to continue. I'm going to press on the enter key and it should just technically start installing. It will give an option to reboot. I will just select no, and you guys should be able to take a tour, which is basically a set of tutorials and some steps that you guys may want to have some to browse the actual operating system. I'm just going to go into settings and I'll just go back to storage. I'll just deselect the ISO, and now here's the moment of truth. Was it able to be installed? Now click on to start, and now we should be able to start booting up to TempleOS. Select drive C. Okay, great. So do we want to take a tour? You guys can select yes, and now it should take you to this file. It will ask you which part you want to go to. So you guys can go to part 1, which is about the highest part of the help system. There's also the basics, and you guys can also go to part 3, which is about editing and running programs. So if you guys basically select part number 3, it will allow you to start taking part in this tutorial. And over there is some text that you guys have to read, and it gives you some descriptions what they are doing, and basically how to basically use those commands and what those commands do. So if it there says, now we're going to demolish how to demonstrate. Okay, let me read this again. Now we are going to demonstrate how to work with programs. We'll change to the demo games directory. Now that directories are specified with a // not a backslash. Drivers can be specified in a CD command, and the boot drive is specified with the OK. Press enter to complete the command. Press on the enter key. Now we enter the games directory. Press on the enter key as well, and it should start this demo. Over here is the code. Press on the enter key to need to click on to OK. Press shift escape to exit the editor. So I can click on to shift and escape to exit. And you guys press on the enter key as well. I think I have to do it from here. Shift escape when you are done. So I can do shift and escape. Okay. So one thing I will show you guys, we were able to get it installed, but I want to show you guys how to open up some applications. If I now select F4 again, I don't want to do the tour. If I now do that, if I now go into the demos, if I now go into games, if I now go into the which one is it again? It was Farum, wasn't it? If I just select this one, I should now be able to run it, right? We might have to go to demos again, and we might need to have to click onto the games. And then from here we should be able to select Farum, and then we should be able to click on to include. Okay, now it's running. Okay, so it doesn't seem like it's working with the other drive, it seems like it's working with this one. So make sure you have a second drive selected to be able to run this game. And yeah, it's working fine, I guess. I mean, you can just drive around the place. Cool. So that is Farum. You guys do need to click onto the include button in order to get any application to work. Otherwise it's not going to work. So yeah. So if I click onto escape, if I go back to the F4 key, if I wanted to go to example to the let me go to the demos again. If I now select the one that is the graphics, I can now do a right click on 3D poly. I can now click on to include, and it should allow me to do something like this. So I do need to click on the include button in order to work, but it is working completely well, as you guys can see. It's a bit odd actually, I love it so much. Just keeps on bumping into each other. Cool. Let me press on the escape key again. I just want to exit from there. I'll press onto F4 key, and I can go ahead to demos, and I can set another game, and then from there I should be able to select something like Maze. Hold on, I forgot to do something. I need to go back to demo. I need to click onto games, and from there games I have to do for right click of the mouse. So where is it? In games. This is in station. I don't want to go to station. I need to click onto Maze. Here it is, Maze. Then I have to click onto the include button, and that should basically allow you to start running it. So right click. I'll have to solve a maze starting at the right click. Cool. Okay. That's pretty cool, I guess. I guess you just have to go for that maze or something. Cool. So it's about drawing a maze. If I go back to demo, if I now wanted to access the I actually have a lot on here, to be honest. I want to go back to games. I want to go to the what is a good one to try out? Let's do the tic-tac-toe, shall we? Let's do include, and it should allow us to start playing tic-tac-toe. So if I set this one to be that, if I set this one to be that, I can put that one there, and I can put that one there, and I can put that one there, and as you guys can see, we won. And it just resets once there is a winner. Yeah, it just resets. So that's pretty cool. So if the winner is the X, if I click onto it again, it will just reset. Cool. So if it gets onto the escape key, that should exit. Okay, it says we have to press onto control to see. I don't know why it's different, but it is. So yeah, this is basically an introduction to TempleOS and how guys be able to start installing it and be able to run the applications. It is very easy to use. In my honest opinion, it is free and open source, and I'll do more videos of it in the future. For example, I'll be doing more videos on the games that is available, and I will be doing more utilities, for example the calculator software, and I also will do some videos on programming with Holly C, if I can understand how to use that programming language, that is. But this tutorials are meant to show you guys how to use TempleOS, and to show how great your operating system is. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.